Hey family, how y'all doing today? My day is going okay. The devil has really been attacking me today. So y'all pray for me today. I got me some KFC, the famous the chicken bowl. And hey brother. I was having a good day earlier, but the devil never can't even get it out. Never seems to amaze me. But the devil ain't gonna win it. Hey, I'm guilty. How you doing today? How you doing today? I was just watching Judgment Day. The book of, they was talking about Genesis and how we gonna be judged. It kind of scared the mess out of me. It was talking about how we don't sacrifice for God, and it's scary. It was okay. I'm guilty. The devil, he attacked me today a little bit, but I put him underneath my feet and stumped him down. He's not gonna win. But it was talking about your judgment day, how before you go before God. And I believe that God, he sends you warnings through people. And it was this pastor. And God told the pastor, I sent you a warning about the things that you was teaching in your... Yes, he is. God is always with me. But this pastor was sitting there, and he said, I did everything I was supposed to be doing. I told people about you. But then God said, no, you didn't. You didn't give them the word the way that you were supposed to be speaking it. So he was like, God, what you talking about? And he said, I sent Terry to you. And Terry was telling you, you don't mention about sin. You not mentioning about revelations. And he was like, I wanted to just ease it on the peoples. And God was like, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to tell them how it is. And you're supposed to tell them how they're supposed to be living by the word and my commandments. So he cast him down to the lake of fire. And he was like, God, but I've been a pastor for 30 some years. Then he brought up adultery. How he was a man of God, but he had committed adultery. And it just came to me that we figure like this. We think that we got time. We got time to straighten up, and we got time to do this right, and we got time, but we ain't got no time. And God give us so many warnings, and he give us so many chances to get it right. This is the way that I think. And if he see that we keep on doing it our way, he gonna say, you know what? They not gonna do right, so I'm just gonna bring them on home. That's just the way that I feel. So in life is about lessons learned, and we supposed to... Hey, Susanna. We supposed to learn from our mistakes, and we supposed to try to rectify them. I do believe, because there's no perfect person in this world. We all make mistakes. We all gonna sin. But I believe that when we know the righteous way to go and the right way to go, and we still do it our way, God holds us accountable for that. And I know, man, I want my name to be in that book. I really do, when my judgment day comes. Now, some people say, well, you really don't know where you're going. But you'll have an inner peace in yourself, and you'll know what time it is. When you leave here, you won't be sitting up there worrying about where you're going. That's just an opinion from me. That's all. But these bowls is good. I just did not feel like cooking today. It's just one of them days where I was just tired. Yesterday, me and my daughters and my grandbabies, we was out. Hey, Marcus. This is the chicken bowl, see? We got the chicken and the corn in it. I'm guilty. And the mashed potatoes with the gravy. And it's something simple. And it's only $5. She forgot to give me my damn cookie, though. But you get a chocolate chip cookie, your choice drink, and this. And it's only $5. Which you can't beat that. Ha. Brother, you know I had to laugh, okay? Yes, you are perfect. God made us in the image of him, in his likeness. So he made us all perfect. That's what I believe. But I was just, sitting there thinking about just like when you get some bad news about sickness, or if something happened to you, you come near death and God snatches you back. Hey, Robert. Hey, baby. How you doing this evening? And he snatches us back to give us a chance. That's what I believe. Have y'all ever thought about it? A person getting shot 5 times, 6 times, don't die. A person gets shot 1 time and they gone. I know people walking around with bullets in their head and they still here. Or they got shot and they still here. That means that they purpose in life. It was okay today, Robert. The devil, he was trying to stir up a little something today, but I didn't let him win. I just believe that he gives you chance and chance. All right, and you still here. That should tell you something. That should tell you something, Robert. God has gave you a chance. Each time something happens, but just think about it. Isn't it amazing how things can happen and you still be here? I mean, drastic. Because I done had some near-death experiences and God has snatched me back. And I know he have. And I believe once your purpose is served here, or God just see that you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, I believe he take you. He bring you home. That is my opinion. That's why while you here on this earth, you have to do people right. You have to. Well, we fight demons every day. They gonna present ourselves. They gonna present themselves to us. And they present themselves to the ones that's closest to you. A lot of the time. That's how the devil works. And when you outspeak stuff from your mouth, the devil hears you. But your thoughts, God knows your thoughts. But the devil, when you outspeak, the devil can hear you. And sometimes, or a lot of times, he act on it. That's the way I believe. But as long as you trust and believe in the Lord, and you know that he got you, that's all that matters. And you try to do your best to be right by God and be right by peoples. Be right. Even the ones that don't like you, your enemies. You pray for them. That's the way that I believe. I went through the drive-thru and this girl, she had like an attitude. I could tell just by the tone of her voice. And I told her, I said, don't let the devil win today. because she asked me, she said, "Can I help you?" And it was kind of in a nasty way. And I said, "Wait a minute. Young, what do you mean you don't know what you believe in? Do you believe in God?" And I could tell in the tone of her voice she was frustrated. But she let her frustrations get to her where it was coming out when she was asking for the order. So I gave her my order, and once I got to the window, I told her to smile. I said, "Everything gonna be okay." I said, "It ain't that bad." I said, "You here at work today?" I said, "But don't let the devil steal your joy." I said, "If things become overwhelming to you, take a breather, take a break. Maybe you need a 5-minute break." And she smiled. Sometimes all people's need is just an encouraging word to get them going through the day. And it helps. Because by me, I talk to everybody. Because I love people. I can walk into a room. I can walk into the room and you can feel the energy of the people. It's just like you could be sitting talking to somebody. You could tell whether or not that person like you or not. Or you could tell whether or not that person let off a good vibe. It's just that you have to... Me and my brother was talking. And, as you get older, negative stuff, it like makes you like cringe. And, it bothers your stomach. And you just don't want to be around that. You want to be around all positive things. Positive people. Because it lets off a positive energy. And it's just like one of the YouTubers, Queen and Clarence. And then her baby's father, she was married to Chris. They all going through something. And I really believe, that they going through that because Queen and Chris, they was married first. And they end up separating away from each other because Chris was cheating on her or whatever else. And mysteriously, all of a sudden, she started dating Clarence. So they let the devil step in. Because men, when they young, we all gonna make some mistakes. And it's like, if y'all watch her videos, you can see that she is not as happy as she was when she was with Chris. Even though they had went through their scenarios, but she was with Clarence, and it's like a dead look. That's because I believe that she moved too fast in her relationship. She didn't give it a chance. Don't nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors, but it's just the way that it looks. And it seems like it affected her. Well, now she's not even... She came out with that last message that she gave about her mother and whatever else. And sometimes we make a mistake. When you let the public into your business all the way, then you start getting all these negative comments. You'll get positive and negative. But some people cannot deal with the negativity. And it will break you. And it'll cause some people to have nervous breakdowns. Or it'll cause them to just shut down. That's why when you doing certain things and you in the public eyes, just period, you can see all of the negative stuff that people is going to throw at you. And if your mind can't take it, it will break you. That's why they say, love your enemies. Love all the negativity that comes to you and all the positive. So, because some people I noticed, just like Prissy P and her husband, they constantly talk about that girl and her husband. And she seems like such a sweet, sweet lady. And they talk about her because of her weight and that she eat. But everybody eats. Everybody has some type of condition that they fighting with. But the negativity, I see it don't get to her. She'll take, just like one of her videos, she took her arms, she held her arms up. And she was like, y'all talk about my fat under here and whatever else. And it didn't get to her. But Queen and Clarence, y'all go and look at their videos. It got to her where it's causing her to break. It's just like Beloved Life. People talk about her all the time. But her and her husband, if I feel like their spirit is so strong in the Lord that it does not get to her at all. She can deal with it. It's just certain things, that we go through in life. Either it'll make us or it'll break us. And that's just how I feel today. I felt like just talking about that. And then I was watching R. Kelly. And they were saying how his bond is $1 million. And he's trying to get up $100,000 to get himself out. Now, all that money that man done made. All that money he done made. And he don't have $100,000. That means that he got to start liquidating some of them properties or cars or whatever else that he have. Like they say, a man can win the whole world and lose his soul. Because material things and money does not bring you happiness. And we really don't know what these stars or whatever else is going through. And I was watching a marriage boot camp with Waka Flocka and I can't think of their name, the rapper. And the stuff that they had went through, in their life. Waka Flocka said that he did not realize that he was going to make it. When he reached 30, he was like, oh my God, I lived to be 30? I can't believe this. Because he have watched people die right before his eyes, in front of him. And he said it made him where he was hardened. Meaning that his tears, he had no more tears. He couldn't cry no more. It toughened him up of the things that he went through. And I can't think of her name. She's a rapper. She's an older rapper. And she was saying how she was molested ever since she was 6 years old. And she didn't say anything to nobody. And all the stuff they had went through. And then there was another couple on there. They famous. I can't think of their name. I'm bad with names. But she was saying how her mother was dating this guy. And this guy would beat on her and her mother. And threw them both out of his car. And everything that she had went through. So we might see them on TV or whatever else. And everything looks glamorous. But they going through a lot. Because I read them comments and stuff on different people's. And to endure. Hey, Tasty, how you doing? To endure all of that negativity that they have to intake in. It becomes overwhelming to some of them. It's just like Lil Bow Wow. How he was saying how I done did everything. I done been around the world about 8 times. And he was saying at one point in his life, he felt like just dying. Because he was like, I done did everything. I have nothing to live for. And that's how they feel. You done had the money. You done had the fame. You done had all of that. So you don't feel like it's nothing else for you to be here for. Because you done did everything. So money becomes nothing to you. And that fame and, you hear about so many of them, behind closed doors of the things that they go through and the things that they have to do in order to get certain parts or do this or that or do that. And I mean, my God, it's traumatizing. And how they had to, just like Tyra Banks, how she was talking about how she was talked about, how skinny she was and how she looked, all that different stuff, it affects them. And I would not want to be no star. You know why? Because you go through so much and then you have to hide yourself and you can't come out and be yourself. Look at Michael Jackson. He had all that money. You can't even walk the streets peacefully like me or you can. We can go outside right now. We ain't got to worry about nobody chasing us down or stalking us or sitting out in front of our house. They do. They got to worry about every time they leave their house, somebody sticking them up or whatever else. It was just like who was at the Ace family. How how they was talking about, because they up there in in YouTube, and how people was sitting out in front of their house, and he was like, "This is not no zoo, and we not no animals." But that's the way they felt, that they was closed in, because they had people stalking them. I'm quite sure there has to be a very uncomfortable feeling. It's just that, I want to feel that way about God. I want to be stalking God. And while we got a chance, while we got breath in this body, and I'm being real with y'all, get it right. Because we never know when the last day of our life here on this earth. We could step out the door and that could be it. Just think about it. Just think about it. You keep on saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna repent of my sins, and I'm gonna try to stop smoking, or, if it's doing drugs or committing adultery or fornication or partying, gambling." Those are all things that's against God. All things. Cussing. Our mouth with the cussing. That's against God. And we have to realize one thing. We can lay down and don't wake back up tomorrow. And we'll be standing before the man. We don't know when, but you want to know that you right when that time comes. That you got God and you is serving him the way that you supposed to. It just came to me because me watching, it was called Judgment Day. When you go before God. And it was showing how you come before God and he opened up these books and he give you the whole story of your life. And he asks you, "Well, you denied me here. You denied me there. You didn't follow by my commandments. You didn't do like I told you to do. I sent many signs to you and you still didn't get it right. So your name is not in this book. And you will be cast down to the lake of fire. You going to the devil." And they had the little people falling down. And they was in the fire. Actually, just think about it. It was this man that had came to the church. I used to go to Wheaton Christian Center. And he had came from belief. And he said he had died. Literally. And he said that he ended up, which was hell. He said he was walking around and it's like he was like in a maze. And he was seeing all type of just nasty looking peoples. Rapists, killers. And he said all he was doing was just crying out. Yes, thank you. He was just crying out. He was like, "Oh my God, all I want to do is just go home and get into bed." And he said, "Could you imagine just darkness around you? People digging in garbages. You see rats. You see the most nastiest looking peoples. They walking, around, and you in the midst of that. Can you imagine that?" My God, it scared the mess out of me just listening to him. Hey, KRG. I mean, when I seen that, when I heard him saying that, I was just imagining. I was sitting in church, me and my mother. That's something that I would never forget, him telling that story. So he said that it was like a bad dream that he had. He said, "But I died." He said, "I left here." He said, "And seeing all that stuff, it made me realize I better get 100% right. Or at least try to be right with God. Because that experience, I don't want to experience. And I don't think none of us do. We wake up each and every day and we take this breath that's in this body for granted. And we figure that we're going to do this every day. And nothing is going to happen. And we're going to be here forever. We know we're going to die. But we don't know when. And it could just happen just like that. Y'all got to think about that. Y'all got to think about getting right. Getting right with God. These material things, loving people's before you love God, it's not where it's at. And we can't save our kids. Only thing we can do is set examples for them. And we be wanting to. We want to take them with us, but we can't. Only thing we can do is just set an example and show them the right way in which they shall go. But if you're not living a righteous life and you're not showing them the right things, then they're going to stray away. And they're going to do it. It's like a repeated cycle. That's the way that I see things. I will be 47 this year. And I have been through some changes in my life. I'm not going to say they bad, but I have had some near-death experiences. And I had to realize the other day, I said, man, God could have took me when I jumped out the car. God could have took me when I almost bled to death. I was right there, and he snatched me back, and he said, no, it's not your time. God could have took me when they told me I had thyroid cancer, and they took out the cancer. God could have just took me when I went to the doctor not too long ago, and they told me that they seen something now. God could have took me when I got on the 4 pints of blood. You have to think about those as chances that God gives you to get things right. Just think about the things that y'all have went through in the near-death experience that y'all have experienced. And say, my God spared my life. Just like Rob, you say you got shot twice. God spared your life. It wasn't your time. You have to get it right. Get everything right as best as you can. Because we was put on this earth, God knew we was going to sin. But all he wants us to do is just try to do our best to do what we supposed to do for him. Because God is a jealous God. He is. And see, you almost died in a car crash, but God snatched you back. It wasn't your time. And with it not being your time, that means that it's something that he wants you to do. And he's giving you a chance to get it right. You have to. We don't know when the ends of time is coming, but it seems like it. It's so much killing. These women is killing their babies, and these men killing women, and it just vice versa. It's just so much destruction, all this shooting, all this killing. And I watched cops, they killing cops killing people. It's just so much. I have never in my 46 years, I'll be 47 this year, seen so much killing or heard so much killing and not heard in this time and day. Never. And it makes me realize that I want to see them pearly gates. I want to see the ground. Just think about it. Paved in gold. And we living and eating off the trees, and we walking along the side of the lions and the animals. We ain't got to worry about no more sickness. No worrying about bills. No worrying about a roof. None of that. Why would you think that, God? You know what? Sometimes I always say, that I believe that God put some people's here for a little while. We don't know. I'm just hypothetically speaking. And we don't understand death. Nobody does. We know it's coming for us. But we don't understand why and how. And it's a scary thing. It is a scary thing. And the scariest thing about it is you not knowing where you're going when you leave here. But just think about it. If you die just a sudden death, it's just like my cousin and rest her son's father. All of a sudden, he out driving. A bullet hit him in the head and killed him. This was not too long ago. The only reason why I say death is scary to a lot of people is because they don't know where they're going. And when you know that you have not been right, then yeah, you're going to be scared as hell. Because you're not going to know where you're going. And the worst thing, the fear that comes to you is, I'm going to hell. I'm going to see the devil. Or I believe some people, they don't want to leave here because they don't want to leave their loved ones behind. Yes, God forgives everyone. But how many times? They say he'll forgive you over and over again. But if you know his word, and just think about it. Yeah, he'll forgive you. What do you think, we living in hell now, goat? The thing is that God will forgive you. But just think, if that one time that you did something and you didn't have a chance to repent and you was taken away, what do you think then? You didn't have a chance. You didn't have a chance to make it right. That's why I say you have to try to do your best while you're here on this earth. Or maybe we living in hell now. I don't know. I can't say. The only thing that I can say is that I want to make it 100%. At least try. There's no 100% at least try to. Yes, I didn't heard that story. But the thing is that time waits on nobody. And we have to stop being, you know, what I mean by selfish is thinking about ourselves. Yeah, I do. When I die, I do want to see my loved ones. I miss my father. I miss my cousin. I miss my grandmothers. I miss my aunties. You know, I done had so many people in my family that done passed away. And when I think of them, I smile. Think about the good times that I had with them. But I am the only granddaughter that has been cut on so much. And I had to realize one thing. God kept me here for a reason. And it's things that I'm supposed to be doing by serving him and doing the right things. Because like I said, I come in contact with people, and I could just feel when they going through something. I could feel their spirit. God gave me a discerning spirit where I have the gift to, you know, let them know that he's there for them and to tell them certain things in their life that's going on. And I'd be amazed by the things that come out of my mouth. And I didn't understand why at first, but I stopped asking questions and I just do it. When it comes to me and God put it on my heart, I just do it. But by me watching that judgment, I just watched it. It kind of gave me a little wake-up call, you know. And I do want my name to be in that book when that time comes. I want my loved ones and I want y'all names to be in that book when that time comes. You know, so family, we just have to, you know, just pray and ask God to strengthen us each and every day. And don't let the devil get to us. Yes, we do, KRG. We do have to serve the Lord unconditionally. Yes, we do. And that's what I'm talking about. Serving God and doing the things that we're supposed to do. But like I said, we're not going to be perfect in it. But like hell, we need to try to be. But family, I love y'all. And, you know, and y'all going through this journey with me. You know, and I enjoy coming on here talking to y'all. Sometimes it helps me. It does. If I'm going through something and I get on here and I see y'all comments and somebody asks me to fart or burp or like KRG or did you fart today? You know, it brings a joy to me. You know, sometimes and then you gotta realize it's people's, they by themselves, and it's like you become a part of them, you know. And it's just like when I don't see certain ones come on here, a lot of them, because I'm so used to seeing y'all, you know, y'all comments, I'm seeing y'all name come up. I be wondering, you know, like I always say in my previous videos, I be wondering what's going on with y'all, because I'm getting used to y'all, and it becomes a habit, and it becomes a part of your life. Just imagine, strangers, we in different states all over the world, ain't never met each other, but we grow to love each other, and that's what God's love. Isn't that amazing? Man, wow, how God creates things. He created us. Yes. But family, my butt is sleepy. My eyeballs is red. As y'all see, they're a little puffy there. I've been kind of tired lately. I don't know why, but I've been sleeping a little bit more than usual. I don't know if my body just tired or what. But where I was out late last night, we didn't eat until okay. Go. We was at Hooters for 2.5 hours, and we did not eat. It took an hour and a half. We didn't leave out of there until about 11 o'clock last night. And I was way in Orland, had to come way back to Indiana, because my oldest daughter had treated us out to eat. And I really enjoyed, my kids when we spent quality time together, because those is memories. But family, my butt is finna go to sleep. I'm finna go take me a nice shower and go to bed. And I love y'all. And just think about it. Just think about the things that you doing wrong in your life that you need to try to get right. Try it, like I said. It's a step, because there's some things in my life that I know that I need to get right. It's not bad, but it is bad, because I'm going against God. I love you, Tasty, and thank you, and you have a good night. And KRRG, and I'm guilty, and go. I love y'all, and y'all have sweet dreams, and good night.